Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. This week, we know what the duck we are talking about because it is Monica's birthday. Oh yeah, and we are celebrating that with Ducktales. Lots of Ducktales. It's all Ducktales all the time, or at least for this night. But before I get started, I would like to toast everyone in chat, and I guess oh. Really? It's a screwdriver. Because, of course it is. It's dripping on me. Tastes a little bit like my car. Yeah. Tastes like my car. So, a toast to everyone in the chat. And there we go. Yeah. So, a toast to everyone in the chat. And so, we are a toast to Don. You will see him as Brick Woad. And the Machiavellic. Always good to see you, Machiavellic. And Jonas Boda. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. I hope you have a great time. And Jonah Seaman. Welcome back, Jonah. Setsune. Hey, great to see you, Setsune. Thank you for joining us. Starhound. You know, I feel like there's a video game in there somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, welcome, Starhound. And of course, Connie. Always glad to see you, Connie. And Elizabeth Smolinski. Great to see you. I don't think I have seen you here before either, so welcome to our live stream. I hope you have a great time, and I hope you come back. Kyoji, the man, the myth, the legend, the font of information, because when I don't know my stuff, thank goodness one of us does. Here's to you, Kyoji. Ty Guy! Welcome back, Ty Guy! It seems like only yesterday that we were celebrating your birthday. Ash Fangirl Lisa! I am so glad to have you here, I think for the first time, and I respect the name, just so you know. Respect. Nathan Fillion. Nathan, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And joy to the live stream. Joy is here. Canadian Ranger. Thank you for coming. Chris Remley, a toast. And last but not least, Hope. Hope for the future. Hope for the evening. Hope for this live stream. Welcome, Hope. I was kind of hoping to get to the end of the list right when the music was really, kind of climaxing, and I missed it. I missed it by that much. So I apologize. So, just for those people, since we do seem to have a lot of new names here, if you are joining us for the first time and you're like, hey, he's toasting people, well, if you show up in the chat, then we will toast you. So, all you need is to show up, and you don't just have to show up right at the beginning. You show up part of the way through, and we didn't see you before, then, as long as we notice you amongst the flurry of messages that go by, of course. But we try to acknowledge everybody who's new on the chats and give them a shout out. And by the way, Osaka Jack is here. So, see how that works? Welcome, Osaka Jack. So yeah, if you would like a shout out during the live stream, just take part in the chat and we will see your name and we will toast you. And for those people who are new, I am imbibing Oh, and Cadence and Lyric are here. Okay, so a toast to Cadence. And a toast to Lyric. So, I do have an adult beverage, and I know that it's hard to tell, but I am over the legal drinking age, so that's okay. I only encourage people to follow the law and safety. But anyway, so if you hang around here long enough, you might notice that our loving chat community very oftentimes likes to try to get me to push my limits by making me say our drinking words or trying to get me to toast more, which, by the way, welcome, Tracy! It's great to see you. Thank you for joining us. We're doing DuckTales tonight! And I'm unveiling a custom DuckTales figure that I made for Monica for her birthday. So welcome, a toast to Tracy. So yeah, that is how it works. And by the way, as I mentioned, we do usually have a drinking word. And that is a word that if I say it, or say something that sounds enough like it, or say some kind of form of it that people are like, you kind of got to do it, then I also have to drink. And so for those who also don't know, I've got like the least amount of drinking experience of any 40-some-year-old man on the internet. And so my tolerance isn't very high and my experience isn't very high. So that's why it's fun to take advantage of that. But tonight's drinking word, if you look right back there, is woo! So unfortunately, that clip will cost us a strike on YouTube for copyright infringements. That was 0.5 seconds of a copywritten song. So, no, don't do it again! They will shut us down! They do not play with that stuff. You know, you can defile a country's sacred grounds on YouTube, and that's fine, but don't you dare play 5 seconds of a copyright-written piece of music. So, yeah, tonight's theme is DuckTales, and we've got a lot of stuff, but it looks like before we can get to that, I am doing another toast to Pirate Steven! Yarr! Avast me, hearties! I do a bad pirate. I do a dreadful pirate, but I'm welcoming you, Pirate Steven. I don't know what that was, but I've gone through more than half of my screwdriver, so... You know, the inhibition meter on these things just kind of ticks down the more I toast people, just so that you know. Do I need to freshen this? Okay, well, I guess I do need to freshen my screwdriver, so, of course, you knew, right? Don't do that, darn it! So there we go, we'll freshen that just a little bit. The nice thing is that this doesn't add any love. It's just the juice, not the love. So there we go. I'm getting my vitamin C and other important nutrients. So there we go. It is Monica's birthday, and so we are celebrating her birthday, and we got her, so Monica likes donuts more than cake. So we've got a donut cake here, and let's just do this. It smells really good. And I'm gonna need everybody in the internet to take a donut, because I've got far more donuts than I can eat on my own. There we go. Okay, so All right, so, oh, I'm supposed to sing. I'm supposed to sing. I guess I'll set the, okay, wait, here. I gotta try and make room here to set the donut cake. And here we go. Okay, everybody, you should know the words at this point, so sing along with me. Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. Tonight we're doing Ducktales because Monica loves Ducktales and she also draws a lot of Ducktales and she's awesome. We're gonna talk about that too. And a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. There we go. You know, admittedly, it's better when you're here, Dawn. Just saying. Sounds better when you're here. All right, so, honey, I need you to stop this from being on fire. Here we go. All right. So, here, you get to take a donut or just the whole cake. I'm not sure if I can have a donut after drinking this much, you know. Oh, do I see Tim Kangaroo? A toast to Tim Kangaroo! Welcome, thank you for joining us for this DuckTales live stream. And so it's usually sometime around here where I do a big unveiling of a pile of stuff. There it is! That's a big pile of stuff, and we have more stuff than I have over here. This was pretty much as I could cram in front of the camera. And of course, the downside to having such a carefully created array of stuff is that in order to show stuff, I have to kind of move all this stuff out of the way. So, okay, so do I get one? I get one. All right, you know what? I guess I want the Magica Dispel. The Magica Dispel cream. So there we go. And, oh, look, she has a sword sticking out of the bottom, better with which to stab me. So here, I will set that over there. And this is how I get my fiber. It's sort of like when you get your Easter rabbit and you bite the ears off first. So yeah, that's that's what we've got here. Woo! So and you know what? I'm just gonna say, since it's unlikely that I'm going to just stumble into saying woo by accident, I'm gonna expand the rules a little bit. If you catch me saying who or you know, like if I say Tim Kangaroo who, I think that counts. I'm just saying. So, and while we've got the music playing, we've got Jessica Cheery here. A toast to Jessica Cheery. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you have a great time. So, welcome. And, is that like the Pittsburgh cream? Oh, that's a good donut. That is a good donut. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that Pittsburgh cream isn't black and gold, because everything in Pittsburgh has to do with the Steelers. And,
Ducktales.
Are we allowed to play that? Okay. Just in case you're wondering, we will be getting, if the connection just gets shut off, it's because YouTube unplugged us. So, Oh, and I see Gustavo Alonso. Gustavo Alonso. That's a great name. Oh gosh. I wish my name was Gustavo Alonso. I think I'd be sexier if my name were Gustavo Alonso. But a toast to Gustavo Alonso, one of the damn finest names that I've seen. All right. So before we get to Ducktales Toys, because there's a lot of Ducktales toys, you've seen a pile of them, there's other Ducktales stuff, other Ducktales merch that has been around, because of course Ducktales has been around for a long time. Ducktales started what, 1997? 1987. 87. That's a long time ago. And I will admit that when I was a kid, I wasn't into it. I was still into Transformers. Transformers would have been in season 3 by then, and I was continuing to buy the toys, pretty much to the end of the line, which I'm going to guess was probably around 1990? 1989, somewhere in there, the line was really petering out. And I don't know what I was watching on TV, but somehow I sort of missed the Disney afternoon. People who've seen me talk about DuckTales in the past know that I knew of the Disney afternoon, but I didn't actually watch it. And I knew of things like Darkwing Duck, and I knew that I would love it if I watched it, but I just didn't. I have only recently gotten through all of the episodes of Darkwing Duck, and by the way, if you happen to see our previous live streams on Darkwing Duck, there are things that I got completely wrong, and I'm going to blame Disney Plus, because I think that Disney Plus, when I clicked on there and I started watching Darkwing Duck, it was showing me season 2 episodes before it was showing me season 1 episodes. And it was very unsettling how there were a lot of things that were already in place in the universe that had no explanation and just treated like, okay, this is just the universe that you're in. But I apologize for those Duck fans that saw me talking about that stuff. It's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. They explained that. They explained where Quivering Quack came from. I saw that episode. It was great. It's Disney Plus. It's their fault. I think that they put the episodes in a blender and then poured them onto the internet. Sort of like pancake batter. Pancakes are good. Anyway, so, before we go to the toys, let's talk about Munchkin. DuckTales has its own version of Munchkin. And of course, this is based off of the 1987 DuckTales cartoon. You can see that Huey, Dewey, and Louie are just the same duck with different colors. There's the red one, the blue one, and the green one. And their voices were the same, and I think that they were treated almost as a single character, where they were all equally levels of mischievous, and they were all driven by the same interests, and they pretty much functioned as a unit. Now, I could be wrong, because I didn't really watch the old DuckTales show. I only got into DuckTales in 2017 with the launch of this brand new series with David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. I mean, why would I not watch that show? And by the way, so Osaka Jack says his drink is like a hurricane here in chat stream. His drink is like a hurricane here in chat stream. Oh, darn it! They're gonna add up the time that we play that, and then they're gonna say, look, you guys used 5 minutes of DuckTales theme, even though it's the same clip, just like the same half a second, but 5 minutes worth. So anyway, so we have Munchkin, and it's based off of the old Ducktales. Well, for those of you who don't know, my wife Monica is a graphic designer. She is an artist. She has been doing work for animators and voice actors for years now. And if you go to her DeviantArt, which look up Pixel Kitties, and you will see pages and pages of the most gorgeous artwork for a lot of My Little Pony stuff and DuckTales and all sorts of other stuff. She loves mashing things together, and she's got a brilliant sense of humor. And I'm not just saying this because it's your birthday. I'm saying it because it's true. But happy birthday, sweetie. I love you. So yeah, she's been doing work for, you know, both officially and unofficially on various franchises for years. And so, as a labor of love, Monica has sought to update Munchkin with the 2017 DuckTales. And so that's what we've got right here. This is of course the original packaging. She hasn't created a new box. Not yet. Give her time. She'll probably reinvent the entire game, figure out how to source her own figures, and she's pretty impressive. So, original rules still apply. So, if you've got this game, essentially what Monica has done is created a printable upgrade kit for the game. Now, when we play, what we like to do is we like to use the figures that came out of the blind bags. So, you know, they had the DuckTales. Is that correct? Yeah, the coin stacks, the blind coin stacks that they had released for DuckTales, which I will give them credit, because I don't like blind bags, blind box, the whole buying a mystery, spending my money on, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's so much fun not to know what it is. It's so much fun to give somebody my money and maybe get the same thing that I already got. That's not fun. That's not fun. For all you kids out there, just so that you know, it's not fun. Okay? When I chalk out like $5 for something, I want to know what's in this darn thing. Now, if it was like a Star Wars thing and I got another battle droid, okay, you know, battle droids are disposable, you know, a generic clone trooper, okay, you know, it's not bad to have multiples of that, but how many copies of the same Darth Vader do you really need? Maybe if your Huey, Dewey, or Louie came with swappable outfits so that you could change them, and then all you had to do was collect 3. But anyway, what they did was, so this is a piggy bank. The container that it comes in is a piggy bank, and it does open somehow, yeah. So they would be in here, and they'd be in a plastic bag, and there'd probably be some marketing information in the plastic bag. But because it's a piggy bank, there's a slot here, and so if you look inside really, really carefully, then you can see sort of what's in there. Yeah, see, you can see Huey kind of staring back at you, and you can get an idea of what character's in there. And if you do like the fun of not knowing, then just don't look in the slot. So excuse me, I've had a little bit too much screwdriver, and I'm gonna have more because Captain Peanut B Crunch, oh gosh, that's another fantastic name. Captain Peanut B Crunch and Amanda Maceo, welcome both of you. Thank you for joining us here on Monica's birthday, DuckTales night. And I feel like Captain Peanut B Crunch, I have to toast with a donut. Or a Reese's Cup, I don't know. Take 5. Yeah. So, all right, there we go. So, we have, just so that you know, we have a link in the description to where you can download your own copy of Monica's version, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get a new game board layout. So this is the updated game board that Monica has created. This is inspired by Webby's conspiracy board. Yeah. See, I can think of words even when I've had too much to drink already. Yeah, we've got Webby's conspiracy board, and this is the new game board. You get that. And what we did was we printed these out and then we just glued it over top of another game board because we go to the thrift store. For those who don't know, the place to go for board games is the thrift store. They get tons and tons of board games, many that have never been played, oftentimes never opened, and it'll be a $40 to $60 games, sometimes even way higher, and they'll be selling it for $3 or $4. It is by far the absolute best way to get board games. And so you go to the thrift store, you get yourself a game board, you print out this and just spray mount it right down onto the old game board, and boom, it looks great, it functions great. And so you have that game board. She also has created new cards, and so you can see these are some of the new cards that she created, and she made them double-sided, which is nice because it keeps you from being able to see what's in there. Now, of course, making double-sided cards is a little bit tricky because the registration on home printers is often kind of rough. But these are just we're still tweaking the system. And by the way, I could probably come up with some solutions for you. I spent many years working at a Kinko's back when it was called Kinko's and not FedEx Office, which kind of sounds like it's a competitor for Microsoft Office. It's like, oh, I don't want Microsoft Office. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna download FedEx Office, and their version of FedEx Word is so much better. It's, you don't have to deal with that whole DocX thing. It's great. So, but they don't need to look perfect to play test. That's the important thing. The nice thing is that it's got new artwork that represents the modern characters. And now, are these all the same kinds of things that were in the old game, or did you create some new circumstances? New circumstances? Okay, so cards are new, and you can see what the old cards looked like. So, we've got, these are the old cards here, and new cards here, and yeah, there's, so there is a lot of overlap, but there's also a lot of new content. Now, like I said, we would use the characters out of the blind coin stacks, but if you don't have those, the downloadable folder also has printable little character stands. So you cut these out and fold them in half, and then you use these as game markers. And we've got Scrooge and Donald, and we've got Della, and we've got Launchpad and Darkwing Duck and Louie and Huey and Dewey and wait here, and Webby and Lena. So, we got a good assortment of characters. What, no Gizmo Duck? I know, I'm being picky. I saw Lena. It's like, there's Lena, where's Gizmo Duck? There's so many good characters in DuckTales. Oh, he's an ally in the card game. Okay, well, that explains it. So, So yeah, you get all of this artwork. You also get new character cards that have special abilities for each character. And again, it's all based off of the 2017 series. So yeah, if you are a fan of 2017 DuckTales and that universe, I've played original Munchkin, and to be honest, I was only lukewarm to it. But then I played the DuckTales version, and it's like, okay, that's kind of awesome. And then I played Monica's version. It's like, okay, this is the best game ever. And by the way, I always play Launchpad. I always play Launchpad because it's kind of fun to play Launchpad. You can do things that are completely detrimental to everyone around you and smile and act like you're doing them a favor. It's pretty much the best thing. It makes it a lot of fun. And if you are Launchpad, you do it in this voice. So, yeah, that's just a ridiculous amount of work has gone into this. But it's a labor of love on the part of Monica, and I'm really excited to show it to you. And so let's go to internet, and if we go over here, there you go. That is Monica's DeviantArt page, and there you'll see all the stuff that you can get. So yeah, just go to the link in the description and you can get your very own printable upgrade for DuckTales Munchkin. So that is pretty awesome. I really, really like that. And so now we get to go. This is what you've really been wanting to talk about. You've been wanting to talk about the toys. We want to talk about the toys. We're here for the toys. We come to get Clay inebriated, but we stay for the toys. That's how it works. And you can see that we've got a lot of DuckTales toys here. And unfortunately, I have to kind of undo my display if I want to talk about any of them. So here we go. We've got the Sun Chaser. Yeah, we've got a Sun Chaser there. That's awesome. We can talk about that in a bit. And of course, we've got some early era Darkwing Duck, and we have an early era Launchpad, and an early era Gizmo Duck. We're just gonna set that aside. I'm thinking I'll start with these figures, the ones that are in the packages, and we're just gonna tear those open. Oh, wait, what? You seem to be nodding something, like yes? That doesn't sound like yes. That sounds like that sounds like something other than yes. And Scrooge is dropping his money, and oh gosh, I never get tired of that clip. So we'll get those out of the way. More stuff, and we got some risers. We got this collectible figure pack, and we got more of these guys. And these guys came from the a collectible figures pack, right? Yeah. So that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And I'm gonna level with you. I can't keep this stuff straight in my head. There's going to be plenty of times when I'm going to pull something out and I'm going to say, and this was, and then I'm going to look over like this, and I'm gonna say, wait, what? And it's because Monica likes to try and mouth me words. We've got a monitor right here, and she can type messages on the monitor, But the gut reaction is to try and no, that was NECA. That was NECA Toys. It was NECA Toys. And I'll say naked toys. The toys are naked. Wait, I thought this was a family show. And then terrible things happen. But nonetheless, that is how things go. But I do want to get to these figures. I think first, just because these are what I would consider to be the main DuckTales figures for the 2017 show. They are the premium size. They each come with 2 accessories, and they've got some moving joints, and most importantly, and I might as well just show this, most importantly, this is the size that we used to kitbash Monica's birthday present from me. A custom kitbashed version of Della Duck. And I've been posting updates about this, so I know a bunch of you are really eager to see this. So I'm just going to show it right now. Here, I'll put it in the other camera. There it is. That is the figure, and yeah, I think she looks really good. It's, wait, there's a piece of paper that you can't see the figure. Wait, you know, she is in there. Look, you can sort of see in there. There's a little bit in there. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's mean. Isn't that mean? I'm a terrible human being. I feel dirty. I regret nothing. So, but I don't want to wait until the very end of the live stream because that's gonna be a while. So let's go ahead and let's look at some of these figures because they're actually very, very nice figures. And unfortunately, I don't think that they sold very well. I think that that low sales had a lot to do with these figures just not getting a second wave, and that's why we probably didn't get a Della Duck. Now, fortunately, we have all of these figures. Oh, the teleprompt computer is frozen. I'm going to try and fix it. Don't call attention yet. Okay. The teleprompter computer is frozen. But Monica's going to try and fix it, so don't call attention to it yet. Shh. I'm a little bit like Anchorman. If she puts a message on the screen, I read it. Screw you, San Diego. Oh, gosh. So, you know what? Captain Peanut Bee Crunch asks, how much were they advertising the toys? And to be honest, I don't know the answer to that. I know that they were Target exclusive, and so I don't know. Like, Targets are in a lot of places, but I know that there's no Target in my hometown, for example, and I would see them in Target, and they didn't seem to fly off the shelves. I never had any problem finding new ones, and then after I got the one that I wanted, they would kind of sit there. So even though I feel like the show was phenomenally successful, go ahead and try and say that after you've had a healthy, loved screwdriver. Woo! Phenomenally successful. I just don't think that there was a lot of advertising for the toys, and I'm just gonna throw out, you know, I love DuckTales and I love these toys, and they impress me in a design sense. They really do, because when you look at them, they look like they stepped out of the cartoon. And let me get Launchpad in focus here, because I want you to be able to see them and appreciate all of the detail. You look at this, and from every view, he looks like the cartoon. And that's actually a really amazing feat. And these are amazing feet. See, he's got amazing feet. No, I'm sorry, that's a dumb joke. But you look at that, and he really does look like he stepped right out of the cartoon. His proportions are just dead nuts to what we see. His expression is indubitably Launchpad. He is just filled with character. And I think that's the first thing that I would look for in a DuckTales toy is, does it look like the show? And this absolutely does. The colors are good. Seems like this is, my light is a little bit close because he's looking a bit washed out. So let me adjust my light. And there we go. There we go. That's much better. You know, we've got a lot of white ducks on the screen, and we want to be able to show them in all their glory. So, yeah, that looks a lot better. So, that is Launchpad, and I can just feel the stupid coming off of him. I mean, you know, there is that blank stare of, yeah, I know what's going on in my own head. Sort of. Maybe not. Not at all. But that's okay, because I'm Launchpad. And then he comes with a pair of binoculars, and he comes with a little wrench, and let's see if we can get him to hold anything. I feel like presumably he can. It looks like he's got kind of grippy hands. So there we go. We can do that. Now, notice that even though he has binoculars and he has a wrench, he can't put the binoculars up by his face. His arm has 1 point of articulation at the shoulder. His legs have a point of articulation. He's got 5 points of articulation. He looks like the cartoon, but you can't move him around. You can't get him into action poses. So he's an awesome looking figure, but he's not necessarily a super amazing playable figure. And I think that is part of what hurts this line, is that you know, when I get a toy like this and he has an accessory, I really want him to be able to use that accessory. I want, you know, if he's got binoculars, I want him in a position where I can have those binoculars up by his face, and I just can't do that. And I think that if they had even a couple clever twist joints, like for instance, if they had a swivel joint on an angle at the elbow, so that when you swivel it this way, the arm goes straight, and when you swivel it this way, it goes at an angle, that would add a lot of functionality while not increasing the complexity of the toy in a substantial way. So Pirate Steven says, by the way, just so that everybody knows, our prompting screen is back online. So, woo! Also, so that you know, Monica's probably going to beat me later. So, woo! I said it twice. I'm gonna need a refill soon. So, anyway, Pirate Steven says, Toy Story 4 toys were released in Target the same summer and took up all the premium shelf space. Okay, that might do it. That might do it. Now, I never actually saw Toy Story 4. To be honest, I heard it wasn't that great. I'm sure it was fine, but and we have more people, and these are extra special people because I actually know what they look like in real life. Colini, welcome, and Josh Yelon, how do you say that? Josh Yelone. See, it's funny because I know how to say his name. It's very, very funny. I'm quite clever. Welcome, both of you. A toast to Colini and Josh. Darn it! Now, as an industrial designer, I will tell you that I understand that every single extra piece adds cost. It adds cost to assembly, it adds cost to tooling. I get that, and there is a balance. You know, you need to be able to make something at a price that you can afford to make it and still make a profit, because if you don't make a profit, there's no point, and then the line gets canceled. But if people don't buy the toys, then you also don't make a profit and the line gets canceled. And sometimes you just don't know what's going to be the thing. But I think that the limited articulation and the limited play value of the toys is part of what might have hurt this line. There is a flicker every few seconds on both cameras. Not sure if we can fix it. Oh, why do we have a flicker? I don't want a flicker. That's bad. I don't know how to fix the flicker. I'm wondering if at some point what I need to do is turn down the resolution on one of the cameras. And I don't know if I can do that while I'm running the live stream. I can go to the side camera here and I can put Launchpad there. And let me just select the camera properties and see what happens if I try to change the resolution while I'm in midstream. Well, we have... Okay, so we do have that, and then what I can do... Okay, I'm able to do this like live, which is actually pretty cool, and then I'll just bring that up and bring that up, and that might do it. You know, less data going through my overworked video card might solve the problem. And it seems like I'm still getting a pretty clear image. So let me know in the chat if that's working. Flicker still seems to be there. Well, there's a 20-second delay, is there? Oh, it's been 20 seconds. The flicker is still there? Okay, well then my guess is that that Verizon is having issues. We have had problems in the past with our internet just going away, and we've got Fios. That's supposed to be the good one. So yeah, that's... Well, hopefully it'll sort itself out. But nonetheless, so this is Launchpad. I love Launchpad as a character. He is awesome. He adds so much to the show, and you know he managed to jump off of Ducktales and go into Darkwing Duck, and that's pretty awesome. So he's kind of a superhero. So that is Launchpad McQuack. Launchpad McQuack. Here is the packaging, by the way. So if you wanted to see a Launchpad in his packaging, mint in box, this is what he looked like on the store shelves, where it was easy to find him because people weren't buying enough of him. Possibly because of Toy Story 4, possibly because they just weren't marketing him well enough, but boy, the show was popular. So I want to believe that that it shouldn't have needed a lot of advertising. You can look at the back of the package here, and pretty standard fare. Those look like computer models. Those do not look like actual toys. Those look like computer renderings, and not even like full renderings. That kind of looks like the preview that you get before you click the render button and somebody just turned off the wireframe. But nonetheless, that is the images that they had on the back. So not necessarily, yeah, I don't look at those and think, oh boy, I can't wait to have those figures. I think, oh, are those real? Have they made those? I don't know if they've made those, because those do not look like actual things. But of course we've got the DuckTales logo in the back. We've got an animated Scrooge McDuck. He looks great. We've got some screenshots from the show. And it's always nice to have screenshots of the show. And there we go. We've got Huey. We've got Dewey, also known as the blue one. And then we've, of course, got our Fat Mojo logo and our choking hazard warnings and a UPC. So yeah, there's not a whole lot else to this packaging, and actually, from what I can tell, the backing card for all of these figures is exactly the same. I don't think, because they put the name of the figure here in the front, and then they had the Ducktales logo here, but I think that the backing board is exactly the same for every single one of them. So it looks like I may need to go back to the nicer resolution, but because it looks good, but it really didn't change anything. You know, we can do that. But, oh, you fixed the flicker. Oh, it was the Xbox. The Xbox was causing the flicker. Oh, because it's online. Or, you know, well, okay, so, yeah, we had the Xbox running in the back so that we could have the DuckTales theme going. I can't imagine. You know, I'm just going to throw out that running a live stream, there are all sorts of technical stuff. And I've got two channels. I've got my regular Clay Carlino channel, which I haven't abandoned. I just haven't uploaded anything because lately starting a new channel has been all consuming. But I am going to go back to it. It's all how-to stuff. And one of the next things that I want to put up there is some of the solutions that I've had to come up with to solve technical issues while doing a live stream. Like getting banding on the side camera, horizontal bands, which was caused by my light, and I had to build a diffuser. According to so I'm getting a message that says that Monica thinks we're offline. According to my live streaming preview window, it says excellent connection, and it says that we're still live. So, I think we're good. Do you think we're good, or do you... Okay, good. So, and Christopher Remley says, a toast to Monica's troubleshooting on the fly. Yes, let's toast Monica, because she's working really hard. She works really hard every week, throughout the week, prepping for these things, and then while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, she's making stuff work. So yeah, a toast to Monica. We love you, and you do a wonderful job. So thank you. And also, she has a really nice butt. So, and I've polished that off. So, all right, here, there we go. And see, she refills my drinks so that I don't have to. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. I'm a very lucky guy. So let's go ahead and check out some other figures, because, I mean, I love this toy. I love Launchpad, and, but we've looked at him. So let's just kind of move him out of the way. And we'll, I got my little baggie. I want to try and keep them in the baggies so I don't lose stuff. So there's my baggie. There we go. All right. So let's take a look at Webby and Louie, and here is the original packaging, and it does look great. Yeah, I mean, there's something special about seeing a toy in the package when it's all shiny and new and pristine. And of course, it's got the sun chaser up here, and it looks great. And you got your 3+ warning and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But notice that the backing card is exactly the same. Same set of computer-generated images that really don't impress me at all. I'm sorry to keep harping on that, but it's like, gosh, having a good image is such an important thing for packaging, and using these renderings that are just kind of very, very bland and not very nicely rendered to begin with, and just show them from a straight up front. I mean, come on, you have to show the fun. And looking at these, like here, okay, here I get to see the characters. I get to see their personalities, and I get to see them looking like they do. And when I look back here, it's like, oh, this is a character just kind of blankly staring forward. And that's not fun. That is not fun. And that's where there is so much that goes into making a successful toy. It is not just having a toy that looks good. It's not even just having a toy that plays well. There's so many links in the chain. You have to have a toy that's going to look appealing, and a toy that is going to play well and give the kid a reason, or adults a reason to want to interact with that toy. And then there's communicating that to the outside world so that they want to buy it. And I'm sorry, that don't do it. And as good as they look in here, okay, this is standard for most toys. They're in usually just a very generic pose. But when the images on it also make it look like, okay, what this toy does is it just stands here. That's not fun. They're not communicating the fun. So as a consumer, I may love the show, but if I'm a parent or a grandparent and I'm not familiar with the show, and I just look at this thing and it's like, I don't even know if my child or my grandchild is into this. You know what? That Toy Story 4, I know that's really big. Maybe I'll buy that. So Christopher Remley says, I'm kind of surprised they're not in a rendering T pose. Yeah, we need to work together. We need to make this live stream really popular so that we can have a Clay Carlino action figure, and then we will make it the most boring, uninteresting action figure in the world. And it will have one point of articulation that, there'll be a handout here that can hold a drink, and it'll go. Maybe there'll be like a little handle in the back, and you pull the handle, and it's like, secret word. And that's it. So, oh gosh, we got more people. Zitters. Holy crap, we got a Zitters. I've never had a Zitters before on my live stream. Here's a toast to Zitters. I've noticed that we're starting to compete for good screen names. And of course, by the power of grayscale, I have the beverage. So, we actually have figures of this, so let's go ahead and show them. Because it's one thing to just show the package and tell you how uninspired I am by the art on the package, but we do have the actual characters. So here we have Louie Duck. Louie is a great character. And this is one of the things that I think is fantastic about the 2017 DuckTales show. It's that the triplets have so much individual personality. He's got his little green hoodie. You notice how in the show he also has copyright information tattooed on the back of his head, and I like that they've maintained that detail. That Louie has that head tattoo. They don't usually show it, I think that they only showed it in that one rare short that I saw on the internet. But yeah, they show him getting drunk in a bar and ending up getting a back of the head tattoo. Nonetheless, yeah, Louie they have referred to him as the evil one. And he's like, I'll go with it. He's not evil, but he is the one who is always scheming. He is the one whose ambition in life is to be a con man. And he wants to inherit Uncle Scrooge's wealth. And I think that he would prefer to inherit all of the wealth, not share it with his brothers. He doesn't want a third of the wealth. He wants all of it. Now, I do notice that there's this obvious part line where they had to put a top half and a lower portion of the mouth together. That sort of makes him look a little bit like the Joker. It's like, why so serious? Why so serious? And then he tells some kind of cryptic story about when Uncle Donald took a utility blade. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. So Zitters says, this dude needs an action figure of himself. I swear he's an animated character. Zitters, you know what? That's an excellent idea. We need an action figure of Clay. Thank you. So, and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you have fun tonight, and I hope we see you again. So, a toast to Zitters. And Jessica Cheery says, oh, what's that drink? It looks good. And by the way, so this is a Riviera Maya, and it's delicious. And I fell in love with these when we went on our first real vacation. Okay, that was our only real vacation. I say our first. That's the only time we've actually gotten to take an honest to goodness, you pay a lot of money. It hurt, but I don't care. I regret nothing. But we paid a lot of money and flew down to Riviera Maya, and we stayed there for a week, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, it was not cultural at all. We were at a resort. We got to go to the beach. I got to swim with in coral and with a porpoise or dolphiness, a porphin. We swam with porphins, and it was great. So, and Nature View says, when we go into Disney, sometime it is going to happen. We are going to go to Disney. I've never been to Disney. To be honest, I was more excited about going to Riviera Maya because I'll be honest. You're not going to be able to tell this online because I'm all animated and jumping and toasting and stuff like that. But I'm a very introverted person. I can do the social thing and I can be with people and I can be enthusiastic, but it's exhausting. Like when I'm done with these live streams, then I shut down. It's like, and when we go to conventions and things and we do tables and stuff like that, then, I interact with people and I'm talking to people and I'm doing the thing and it's like, yeah, and I enjoy it. But by the time I'm done, oh my gosh. I mean, my personality turns off. It is like a light switch. It is gone. Okay, batteries need to recharge and that's just the way it is. And so for me, the idea of going to Disney and being with crowds and crowds of people is not nearly as enticing as going to a resort during the off season when you can lounge on the beach or walk around and not necessarily be in masses. Nonetheless, Nature View, we will go to Disney. It will happen. We want to go to Disney. I want to get on the Millennium Falcon. So, that will happen. And hopefully we can do it at a time when we get a really big discount because Disney's freaking expensive. So, a toast to Nature View. And I have not seen you in forever. I am looking forward to when the world opens up and we can see each other again. So, oh, well, I guess there's tomorrow. Yeah. There is that. So, anyway. So, we got Louie Duck. And Louie Duck comes with, yeah, I guess I can put on the camera here. So, we got Louie Duck. And, you know, he's got a very placid expression. And here's the other thing. Louie, okay, this is Louie. Okay? This is Louie looking sly, like he knows something you don't know, or he's got a plan. This is just meh, which admittedly is kind of a Louie thing. I mean, Louie's dream is to be as lazy as he can be and turn into Llewellyn Field. But I feel like if I'm doing an action figure of Louie, I want it to have a facial expression that really captures the essence of the character, and I feel like that expression is kind of bland. Now, he does come with a can of pep. Oh, he came with a can of pep. No, I found it. Here it is. So he comes with a can of pep. He can't hold it. You know, he's like, he's got pep. There's the pep. It's right there. And can he drink it? No, he can't. He can't put it in his hand. He can't put it in his hand. It's a missed opportunity. He also has a cell phone. Now the cell phone, hopefully he can hold the cell phone. I have to believe that I can get him to hold the cell phone. There we go. So he can hold the cell phone. That's important. He can't touch the cell phone with the other hand, but he can at least hold it, and he can sort of, well, he can't, see, also here, look at this. The hand isn't molded in such a way that he can look at the cell phone. So, you know, it's like, I guess I can do this and have him sort of watching a TikTok video. No, it looks like he's trying to eat the cell phone. That is what this figure looks like. And these are, I'm not trying to hate on these figures because I actually really like them. But when you have a line that seems like it should be so tremendously successful and then it just isn't, then you have to start asking the questions why. And because the problem wasn't the show, and the problem wasn't that the figure didn't look like the show, because it looks excellent. You know, it really does. It really looks like Louie. Very much. You know, you wouldn't, even if I colored his sweater red, he would still look like Louie. It would not be like, oh, is that Huey? It would be like, oh, that's Louie dressed as Huey. And that's one of the things that makes the show and the figures good. It's the distinctiveness. So you have to ask yourself, why didn't the figures sell better? And I think that the play-worthiness of the toys is one of the problems. Which is a shame. It is absolutely a shame. So, oh, Ziddler's has to leave. Ziddler. Okay, Ziddler has to leave. Zidder. You know, I've had 1.5, and reading is hard. Words are hard. So anyway, everybody, please say bye to Zidder, and we will see you hopefully next time. And you know, I hope you had a good time. A toast to Zidder. Zidders. All right. So we have Webby. I love Webby. Webby is easily one of my favorite characters on the show, which is saying a lot because the show has a lot of amazing characters. She looks great. She looks like she does in the show. And you know, again, it is such a testament to the artists that created the models for these figures, that they were able to reimagine these characters from a two-dimensional world and make them three-dimensional and still have them look good and have them look like themselves. And she absolutely does. Now, unfortunately, she once again has that blank expression. And you know, Webby is one of the most dynamic characters of the show. Now, fortunately, she does have the goggles, which that's awesome. And then she's also got her grappling gun. Oh, she lost her goggles. Wait, I'll get the goggles. So we got the grappling gun, which she can sort of hold. Maybe it'll hold better in this hand. So wait here, come on, you can do it. Okay, there. That hand seems to hold it better. And so we've got her night vision goggles. And that's really cool. All right, that is the Webby that I know and love. And I you know what? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. She does have some articulation in her legs, but the skirt really makes it very difficult to move the legs more than just a bit of a wobble. You can move the arms up and down like that, and she's probably the most top heavy of all the figures because she has a massive noggin. But you know, that's part of the character. But nonetheless, this is pretty cool. You can sort of like, she can almost touch her toes, almost. There we go. Okay. So she looks great, and I love the accessories. This one probably has the best accessories of any of them by far. And the fact that she's got the goggles and the grappling hook, that makes her much, much, much more playable. I feel like it's a little bit of a missed opportunity that the grappling hook doesn't separate and have a string. You know, come on, give me a grappling hook and a string. And see, perhaps as somebody who's been a lifelong collector of Transformers toys, where they all have weapons, and one of my biggest ongoing criticisms of Transformers toys is that the accessories that come with them are just about always some kind of gun. You know, it's a gun or it's a sword, sometimes some kind of a shield, but I want Brainstorm to come with a briefcase. You know, the briefcase that he was using in the comic book that was actually a time machine. Or I want a Swerve that comes as the figure with an Energon bar play set. You know, I want the extra stuff that's not just stuff that they can fight with, but stuff that they can interact with. And in Webby's case, I want her, first of all, I want her accessories to always fit in the hands and fit securely. I want a peg in there or some kind of universal interlocking feature so that Louie can hold his can of pep, or Webby can hold Louie's can of pep, or that Huey can steal Webby's grappling gun. And I want them to be able, and I want a string on there that connects it so I can hook that grappling hook on something and then swing the character. That's what's missing from these toys. They are so close to being able to capture the fun value of the show, but just not quite there. So that is Webby. I love Webby, and I love her character on the show. I love that everybody fears her. I love that they go a little bit dark with her from time to time while not betraying the sincereness and the sweetness of the character. It's a fantastic dichotomy that makes for a complex and interesting character that is one of the things that adds such richness to the show. So yeah, that is Webby Vanderquack? Vanderquack. I don't think I've ever said her last name. I'm proud of myself for getting her last name. If only Zitters. If only Zitters was here to hear me get Webby's last name correct. But Zitters is crying all the way. I am so sorry. Zitters, I'm sorry. Everybody, please tell Zitters if he or she comes back that I apologize and I'm going to drink on Zitter's behalf. So. So that is Webby. I will put her stuff back. Tracy has to go. Oh, Tracy, thank you for stopping by. I'm so happy every time I see you on one of these things. You are a trooper. Everybody, please say bye to Tracy and tell her that she has to come back, and say hi to Selena, because Tracy has a daughter, Selena, and Selena is freaking awesome. So yeah, toast to Tracy. Woo! See, I did the second because I said the thing. And I dropped. Okay, I dropped the thing. I'm trying really hard not to lose these accessories. The accessories are important, so let's just keep them together. And it's funny because you can tell that I'm more careful with Monica's toys than I am with my toys. We do these live streams. For those of you who are kind of new to this, we do these live streams every week at 8 o'clock Eastern. And a lot of them are about Transformers because I've got a massive Transformers collection, and it keeps getting bigger because I've got problems. Deep-rooted emotional problems that I try to solve with toys. And then you'll see me and I'll shoot a missile off, and you know it's gone forever. It's not coming up until they replace the carpet. And we're not going to replace the carpet anytime soon. So it's just gone. And but with Monica's toys, it's like whoa. We I want to make sure that this cell phone gets back in this little crystal meth pouch that we keep it in. So oh wait, no, it's not that. We're not Breaking Bad or anything. So let's go on here. I want to look at Huey and Dewey because I'm kind of working my way up. I'm working my way up the scale. Which isn't fair to Launchpad because, or Webby for that matter, or Louie. It's hard when you have such good characters. It's hard to put them on a scale of who's your most important, who's your least important, because they're all important. It's a careful balance. It's sort of like my meatloaf. Okay, there's the ground turkey, and there's the stuffing. And they're both important. And of course, there's also the red pepper flakes and the ketchup and the eggs. And they're all important. The only one that's probably not as important is the milk. But nonetheless, all the other stuff is, it all has to be there to make the meatloaf. And of course, the bacon that you wrap around the outside. And let me tell you, on my meatloaf, you wrap it all the way around it, okay? It seals in all the juices. It makes for a very tasty meatloaf. So no, I am apparently doing a recipe show. Tune in next week when I will be live streaming the process of making meatloaf, and it will be delicious. So, let's go with Huey and Dewey. Huey and Hewford and Dewford. Hugh Llewellyn. I don't know what the long version. Hubert and Dewford. Is he Dewford? Yeah, Hubert and Dewford. But this is them in, and he's got his oh shoot, I forget the word. The thing, the khopesh. He's got his khopesh, which is really important. I love that that's a reoccurring gag that he has a khopesh, and they keep using the word khopesh because before this show I didn't even know what a khopesh was. So he's also got a bag of marbles, and that's the bag of marbles that Beakley gave them in the first episode, which is a nice nod. And then we've got the Junior Woodchuck Guide. And we've got what appears to be a Nerf gun. Yeah, that's like one of those rapid shooting Nerf guns. And I kind of wish that they had several of them because Webby has been violent with them in their Nerf gun wars. I also like the detail of the Junior Woodchuck Guide that it has pages marked and it has tape on it. So a lot of neat accessories that they came with this. Once again, exact same backing with the exact same bad computer models on the back. Oh, that's so bad. I mean, honestly, that looks like the kind of stuff that would have been good back when I went to art school. That would have been great when I went to art school. And for those who don't know, when I went to art school, computers were new. I went to art school in 95, and I think I graduated 98. So think about computers that were running Windows 98, and that was considered new, and what kind of 3D modeling you could do on that kind of a computer. To let you know, when I started in art school, they had Amigas. Yeah. Do any of you remember Amigas? Commodore Amiga. It was a great computer. I had one. In fact, I used that computer long after it was obsolete. I loved that computer. But yeah. So that was the kind of stuff that looked amazing in 1998. That's what these computer models look like. So I guess we should actually pull out the figures, because it's all well and good to show the package, but at this point you've seen the package 3 times. So Colleen says, "Thank you, Clay, for making me feel old." Colleen, I feel like the two of us could commiserate feeling old together. So let's drink this toast together for people who remember Windows 98 and Amiga 500s. Woohoo! So let's take a look. I have these guys somewhere. I have so many Ducktales figures around here. Oh, I have them right in front of me. This is what happens when I have a screwdriver and a Riviera Maya way too early in the live stream. So, let's see. Oh, Perry Viking. Perry Viking is here. A toast to Perry Viking. Thank you for joining us. And so we've got Hubert and Dewford. And I have to say that once again, amazing characters on the show. So you have Huey, who is the sort of, not the stereotypical nerd. And that's another thing that I'm going to say is a credit to the writers of the show, because he's into, you know, he takes his Junior Woodchuck guide everywhere with him. And he knows all about science, and he's always studying things from books and stuff. But, like, it's not the way that you normally see a nerd character portrayed. You know, usually in media and in stories and TV shows, the nerd character is a guy who's always on the computer, and he's got his keyboard that lights up, and he's always got glasses, and he's talking about the history of computers and the Commodore 64 and the Amiga 500 and the capabilities of these. Oh my God, it's me. The stereotypical nerd on every TV show is me. I suddenly feel like I've been oppressed by American culture. But nonetheless, I don't actually feel oppressed by American culture. If anything, I'm an embodiment of American culture. So Huey is a nerd character, but he's not the tech geek. He's not the one who's always coming up with formulas and he's behind a screen and he's allergic to everything. You know, he's an adventurer and an explorer, but he's also meticulous about his note-taking, and he wants to understand the way that everything works, and he gets very, very frustrated when his experiences don't line up with the preconceptions that he has or the information that he's been given. So and that's one of the things that makes Huey a really compelling character. And I, you know, once again, they're breaking the norms. They're not just going with the stereotypes. They're creating interesting characters that makes me want to own this guy. And then, of course, he has flaws like not knowing how to lie at all and not really responding well to pressure and not having much of an imagination. Like the running gag that the ultimate expression of his imagination is that he's tall, but not like proportionately tall, with freakishly long legs that's really unsettling in sort of a Tetsuo Kaneda kind of way. Yeah. So Tim Kangaroo says, "It's all about the Pentiums, right, Clay? Burn it, burn it." Where's my Weird Al Yankovic figure when I need it? I mean, oh wait, is it over here? So, it's all about the Pentiums, baby. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. Yeah, yeah. And then we can see Drew Carey dance, which, by the way, Drew Carey is an amazing dancer. The video for All About the Pentiums, that will teach you things that you never knew about computers and Drew Carey. So, yeah, I feel like Weird Al is definitely a nerd, because, you know, when he does his nerd songs, those references are real. You know, he can't nail it that close without actually knowing. So yeah. Anyway, here's a toast to Tim Kangaroo. I wish that they had come up with a Mikey Mellon figure or an accessory for Donald, but you know, we're just lucky that they allowed them to do the Mikey Mellon gag. that was brilliant on a number of levels. Anyway, I destroyed that. So I've got my Junior Woodchuck guide, which it seems like the cover is actually kind of coming off here. That's really weird. So here it is, and you can see that the cover is like a sticker or a piece of paper, and it's kind of crumpling there, so I don't like that. I was trying to get him to hold it, but it is too thick for him to hold. So, wait, maybe in this hand? Maybe? just nope, just not gonna go. It's not gonna go. I guess be careful because it is possible for the cover to come loose and start peeling off, and that would really hurt it. You don't. Now, granted, you could always print out a new one on sticker paper and put it on, but you don't want to do that. You want it to stay original. So, oh, thank you, another Riviera Maya. I love these. They are delicious. So, yeah, that's the Junior Woodchuck guide, and I'm just going to put that back in there because I'm sort of afraid of hurting it. He's got his Khopesh, and can he at least hold his Khopesh? Yeah, he can hold the Khopesh. But once again, blank expression. He looks so good, and he looks like the cartoon. And maybe the thought was by giving them sort of blank expressions, they can be expressing whatever you have in your imagination. But they kind of look a little bit zombie, like, I must kill Dewford. He seeks my Khopesh. No one can have my Khopesh. I must kill Dewford. That's sort of what that expression says to me. It's not terribly happy, it's not unhappy, it's just kind of blank. He does have some simple points of articulation. The nice thing is that the head is on a ball joint. His limbs do have a good range of motion. So that's actually, he's a pretty nice figure overall. And yeah, I criticize the lack of an expression that's really expressive. But honestly, it is a really good figure. It looks like the show, and it's kind of a must-have if you are a DuckTales fan. So there we go. That is Huey, and then we have Louie, or not Louie. Jeez, Dewey. We have Dewey, Bluey, and Dewey is so much fun. And who's the voice actor that does? He does all of the Blue characters. He did Sonic. He did he did Leonardo in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And what's great is that he tends to do kind of the same character for all of these voices. There are differences certainly, but he's definitely got a bit of a shtick. It's Ben Schwartz, and he also played Jean-Ralphio. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jean-Ralphio was possibly one of the most annoying characters in television history. I mean, offensively annoying. Like, I seethed when he was on the screen. And his sister, oh my gosh, money please, oh my god. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, if you've ever watched Parks and Recreation, it's sort of done in the same style as The Office, where it's sort of treated like a mockumentary, except they never actually acknowledge the mockumentary, the documentary. They have them like talking to the camera at times, and it's done in that style, but they don't, like, whereas in The Office, you actually reach a point where the Office show documentary happens, and you get to see these characters reacting to suddenly becoming public. So they really broke the fourth wall in a really compelling way. And with Parks and Recreation, they didn't push it that far, but it was done in that style. And Jean-Ralphio was a character that was just so nauseating. And then that actor also plays Dewford, and he is like, He's like, what up? It is Dewey Do Night. We are doing the do. And then in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he was like, hey, I'm Leonardo. And I'm like doing stuff. But, you know, Ralph's sort of in charge. Raph is sort of in charge. But, yeah, I don't really listen to him because I've got plans. Or even better, I've got ideas which are like plans without all that unnecessary extra work. And then he's Sonic, which, by the way, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was actually good. I know, you're shocked, but it was good. And it was good in very, very large part to Ben's performance. He was just, he made that movie far better than it had any right to be. So anyway, Monica's telling me we're in the Ben Schwartz weeds. Kyoji says, wait, did you just say Mikey, not Mickey? What? Yeah, Michelangelo? Oh, Mikey Mellon. Mikey Mellon. Mikey Mellon, not Mickey. So, Kyoji does. Okay, so I'm getting a report here from my producer that says that Kyoji doesn't know about Mikey Mellon. So Kyoji, you need to watch the rest of the episodes. I don't want to ruin it for you. You just need to watch the rest of the episodes. By the time that you get to the end of season 2, you will know what Mikey Mellon is, and you will say thank you. Enough said, because I don't want to ruin it. Please, in the chat, don't spoil it, because Kyoji deserves to experience it firsthand, and it will only make your life better. It will only make your life better. So anyway, we have Dewford, and Dewey is sort of the daredevil. He's carefree, and he can hold his Nerf gun. He can't really hold the bag of marbles. He comes with the bag of marbles, but he can't really hold the bag of marbles. Which, once again, you know, he's got the bag of marbles, but he can't hold it. I want him to be able to hold stuff. I want the characters to be able to hold stuff. He also doesn't have a very Dewey expression. Like, Dewey never looks like that. Dewey is always like, hey, you know, like, whoa, I'm flying the plane. I gotta do it. I'm gonna do the do. And he should be advertising Mountain Dew. I mean, that should just happen. They should change their packaging to be blue so that he can advertise it. He just Dewey it. And that is the biggest criticism that I will say about this character, is that it does not convey the personality of the character from the show. Just doesn't. It's a great looking figure. It looks like the animation cell, but honestly, he never has that expression. Come on. He just doesn't do that. Ever. So, that is Dewey and Huey doing their Dewey, doing their duty for their Bluey. I don't know. I've had a lot to drink. Not that much, but let's set these things aside. Of course, I'm going to do Scrooge next, because as much as, Scrooge is pretty much the main character of the show. Certainly. The show is first and foremost about Scrooge McDuck. He is the binding fabric that holds everything else together in this show. The setting is driven by him and his eccentric personality and his wealth and his adventures, and everybody else functions in his world. everyone is in some way tied to Scrooge, and then to each other in differing ways, but they all are there because of Scrooge. And so that's really what the show is about. Which so let's go ahead and pull out Scrooge here. And so we have Scrooge, and wait here, get this. So we'll set him up here, and let me get another riser here, so that you can see him in proper. We can stand him up. There he is, and he looks great. I'm gonna compare him to his Funko version. So this is the Funko version, done, of course, for the 1987 show, where he was wearing blue instead of red. And now I will say that I love the glasses on the Funko version. You can even see them kind of magnifying his eyeballs. That's really cool. And so that's really, I really do like that. I also like the articulation of the Funko toy, which the more modern Scrooge doesn't have. Now here's the problem. The Funko toy doesn't have leg joints, and he is leaning backwards, and I cannot for the life of me get him to stand up. So I guess if I were really ambitious, I could try gently heating the legs and sort of bending them forward, but I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. So unfortunately, he doesn't get to stand. But you can see how the character has evolved for this show, and since he's not going to stand up, I'm just going to set him aside here. He does come with a cane, which is very important. And he also comes with a little idol, which really reminds me of Indiana Jones. It seems like this is kind of an Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark opening scene type idol. I may be wrong about that, but I feel like it's pretty much. He can't seem to hold it though. I'm trying, but nah. He can't hold the idol. You throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. I can't throw you the idol. I can't pick it up. But so he can hold his cane though, and that's important because he needs to be able to do that pogo thing that he did in the Nintendo game, which they did actually incorporate into the show, which was an amazing moment in the show when you actually got to see him do the pogo cane trick. That was fantastic. Now this figure can't do it. It's really an excellent sculpt of the character. He looks great, and I will say that he looks like himself, whereas granted, he doesn't really have any more of an expressive expression on his face than any of the others. He still he does look like it is a Scrooge type blank expression. It's not alien to his character. It just doesn't, it's not his determined expression that he gets when there's a challenge before him and he has to do the thing. I can't do Scrooge. I apologize. I can't do Scrooge. I need to do, I'll work on it for next time. But so I should point out that while the expressions are blank, they look accurate from any angle, and that's true. That is absolutely true. That is the thing that is most impressive about all of these toys. That he looks like himself from any angle. And I talked about that earlier when I first started talking about these toys, is that when you go from a 2D animated character and you create a three-dimensional sculpt, that's challenging. because the stuff that works on paper doesn't necessarily work in the three-dimensional world. And getting that to work is actually really, really impressive. Now, what I'm kind of amazed about is he doesn't come with money. He comes with an idol, he comes with a cane, but it seems like he should have some money. Like Pimp Daddy Destro comes with money that's on fire. So, you know, I feel like Scrooge should have like some stacks of coin. And yeah, I have another version of Scrooge over here. Or wait, no, okay. Actually, the Funko version of Scrooge actually comes with a little bag of money that he can hold. He drops it all the time, but see, he's got his little bag of money, and he's got his cane. And, you know, I feel like that is very Scrooge McDuck, whereas this Scrooge, he gets an idol that he can't hold, and he does have his cane. But he's looking good. I kind of wish that the hat were removable. You know, that's one of the things that would be nice. Oh wait. Okay, so here, Monica made some money. So now we have some money for Scrooge. We got this is his Halloween basket. So he would just put out money for people. And so here, let me take some money. I wish and look, you made it double-sided. Good job. So, yeah, we can just give him a bunch of money. You know, he needs a fatter stack of money or he won't be able to hold it. Which, we know Scrooge McDuck, he would hold on to any amount of money. Okay? You know, it's funny because when I tell Monica that she can just reuse the same tea bag if she makes me a tea and I already had one earlier, then, you know, just reuse the tea bag. She compares me to Scrooge McDuck. So here we go. We've got some money there. And so you can print out money for Scrooge McDuck. That's what Monica did, and that helps. So Ty Guy says, make it rain, Clay. Wait, here, let's do this. All right, we're going to make it rain. So there we've got Scrooge McDuck, and yeah, oh, making it rain. I am going to be finding those for months. Woo! See, I did a woo, and that counts as a woo-woo. I didn't know that it was woo-woo. I thought it was woo-hoo, but Monica corrected me, and she is right. It's woo-woo. So, yeah, got money here. Some of which I can find. There we go. Getting the money. Put the money in the thing, and try not to lose any of the little bits. So, get his cane. Yeah, let go of the cane, Scrooge. I'm not gonna lose it. I'll store it for you. Don't worry. He's always afraid that I'm gonna lose his stuff. The old miser, really. And oh, there's some more money. There's more money everywhere. There's money. How did the money get under the box? That's what I want to know. How did the money get under? It's sort of like when I lose a missile, like a Transformers missile. It will defy physics to go under the couch. Like, it could shoot off that way, and then it's going to hit the coffee table, and then bounce backwards and go 3 feet underneath the couch. Or I'll lose it on a live stream, which is in the dining room, and it will be under the couch when I find it. I don't know how that works, but it is actually how it works. So, we're going to put the money aside, and we will put Scrooge aside, and then we are going to get to... I mean, it's hard for this not to be my favorite character. Here he is. He is the man of the hour. It is Flintheart Glomgold! And I am...
But I thought employees were greatest treasure of all! Don't be ridiculous. Treasure is the greatest treasure of all. That's why it's called treasure. Glum out.
Treasure is the greatest treasure of all, and I got my Glum Gold Industries shirt.
Glum gold, glum gold, glum gold, glum gold. Glum gold, glum gold, glum gold, glum gold.
So, anyway, and I'm going to segue for just a moment because I am wearing a Glum Gold t-shirt, and if any of you, I know this is shameless, it's not self-promotion, I didn't make this t-shirt, okay? I did not make this t-shirt. Monica made this t-shirt, and if you would like to get a t-shirt like this one or any number of other really cool t-shirt designs, then if you go to TeePublic and look up #1 Robot, then you can see all of Monica's different DuckTales t-shirt designs, because she is just an amazing artist, and her stuff is brilliant on multiple levels. And these are the designs that she's got, but she's always adding to it. And you can have this stuff turned into t-shirts. We got a pillow in the background. Here, let me show you. This is a pillow that she had done at TeePublic. It's all really cool stuff. We do have a link in the description of this video, so if you're interested in awesome DuckTales art, then and Joy says that she loves her Webby shirt. So thank you, Joy, for getting a Webby shirt. You are awesome. Thank you very much. A toast to Joy. I guess I'm supposed to say toast and then drink. I get things backwards. Like, let's try this again. A toast to Joy. Woo! So, getting back to Glum Gold, Flintheart Glum Gold. He may be the best character on the show. He's Scottish. Just like Scrooge. He's just as Scottish as Scrooge.
Brilliant scheming, Glum Gold.
Thank you, Glum Gold. He is voiced by Craig Ferguson. And Craig Ferguson was a huge Doctor Who fan before it was cool to be a Doctor Who fan. I don't know if it's actually cool to be a Doctor Who fan right now, but nonetheless, he is a longtime Doctor Who fan, and now he gets to work with David Tennant on DuckTales. I mean, I have to wonder if he kind of wets himself just a little bit before every time they get to go into the studio together.
Glum gold, glum gold, glum gold.
Wait, here, let's do it with the things.
Glum gold, glum gold, glum gold, glum gold.
So, I really like this. I don't know what I need it for, but I really like it, and I'm glad that Monica did these, and then I did the rest there. Anyway, Kyoji says, Duke Baloney, cough. And the Duke Baloney episode is one of the greatest episodes of the show. Like, the entire show. In a show filled with really great episodes, I feel like the Duke Baloney episode is quite possibly one of the finest. And it is all about Flintheart Glum Gold, who we can see here out of his package. And see, now here's what I'm talking about. Look at the expression on that face. That is Flintheart Glum Gold. He is scheming. He is thinking about, okay, maybe I could make a son. And since I don't have a son, I'll make a puppet. And then I'll just pretend that I have a son, and his name will be Shark Bomb, the greatest name of anyone since Flintheart Glum Gold. Shark Bum is no puppet. That's his son. It's true. Don't call me a puppet, old man! Okay, you know what? The Shark Bomb episode may be one of the greatest episodes of the show. Flintheart Glomgold is just gold. He is just gold. And the nightmare where the gold is kind of sticking to him. It's like, oh no, the gold is glomming to me. What could this mean? Oh gosh. I love every moment that Flintheart Glomgold is on the screen, and this toy completely captures him. It is 1000% Glomgold. And the expression, see, this is what I'm talking about. He's a schemer. He looks like he's plotting Scrooge's downfall in the most convoluted and nonsensical way possible.
This is our last hope, people. If you all blindly follow my plan, we may have a chance. Thanks to my ultimate weapon!
That is Flintheart Glomgold. He comes with a jewel, a big diamond that he can't hold, and is just sort of it's just sort of a pastel blue, which I get that makes it look cartoony, but it doesn't have any, like, in the cartoon, if they were drawing this, they would have some little white stripes on it to make it look like it glosses. You know, that it's got a gleam to it. And this is just a flat color. You know, like, come on, guys. Molded out of translucent plastic. It wouldn't kill you. I realize that none of the stuff is made... You know, this is all molded... I believe that this stuff is all molded out of white plastic and then it's painted. When I was working on the Della Duck figure... And I would cut into it, every part was just white. So I think that their processes are very different from a lot of the Transformers that I've worked on in the past and other action figures. We've also he's got his own cane. I've never seen Glomgold try and do a pogo thing with his cane, but I would love to see him try. Okay, so there's a peg here. And here's something else. So notice that on this figure, they're doing stuff to ensure that he can hold that cane. And I want to know why he's got an expression on his face, and he's got a peg in his hand that enables him to hold the cane. I wish that there was a little hole in the bottom of the diamond so that he could hold the diamond. But there was nothing like that done for Louie's pep or for Scrooge's idol or anything like that. So it's weird that by this point, when they got to this toy, they were thinking about some of these things a little bit more. Now, a missed opportunity? I'm just saying, missed opportunity. Removable beard. Come on! Removable beard, it's Glomgold. His beard is fake. And Jonah Seaman says, "Ugh, curse you, me!" A toast to Jonah Seaman. Curse you, me! Why are you always getting in my way? I can't do Scrooge, but I can do a little bit of a Glomgold.
Is that shark wearing a parka? I call it a sharka. Because Papa doesn't want his precious babies getting sick. No,
Glomgold is the most fun that you can have with a DuckTales character. That's it. That is it. So I love this. If I could only have one DuckTales figure, it would be this one right here. If you have the chance to get your own Glomgold, even if you don't collect DuckTales figures, buy this. Because, I mean, He's so bulbous, and he's so surly looking. It's sort of like having one of those lucky Buddhas that you rub the belly. I could rub his belly, and it would bring fortune to my house, or at least bring misfortune to my enemies. So that's how it works. This is science. I'm just telling you science. There's documentation. I'm not going to share it because it's sensitive material, but just understand that the documentation exists. If QAnon can get away with it, so can I. That's how it works. So, now my video is getting a warning. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it seems like those ones never get shut down. So, yeah, we have Glum Gold here. He looks great. We do have a Donald figure, and unfortunately, we took Donald out of his package. Because we had him in his package, and then we took him out to do a video. So we do have Donald here. Donald looks like Donald. And you know, once again, with all of these figures, I don't want to detract too much. You know, as I make criticisms of these figures and say, hey, you know, I wish that it had this, and I wish that it had that I know that it seems like I'm being very critical. But I'm just, it's sort of done out of a certain amount of love and respect for what they already achieved. Because what they achieved is fantastic. These things look great. He looks like he walked out of the cartoon. His colors pop. And his expression is actually pretty decent. But what I will say is that this is Donald Duck. Donald Duck is known for really one thing. Thank you, Dudley. Yes, Dudley is very upset that I closed the cabinet. He is, wait, he moved because I pointed the camera at him. Are you, wait, here, come here. You want up here. Come on. There we go, come on. Yeah. There we go. There, we got Dudders. There's Dudley. Can I have this? No? Okay. I'll pet you. And now I'll get this. No? Okay, I'll just pet you. And I'll get this. Nope. So he's part Manx, and so he has a stub tail, and it's so thick and handle-like, and I just love to hold it. See, look, I got it. Oh, no, I don't. And then he yanks it out of my hand, and it's the most endearing thing in the universe. So there we go, Dudders. Sweet kitty. I love him. He's so sweet. There you go. You're on the internet now, buddy. Yeah. So we have Donald Duck.
I am the storm.
He is the storm. His single most distinctive characteristic is that he has a horrible, horrible life, and he does try not to lose his temper. But his life is awful. And then he loses his temper in the most comical and awesome ways possible. So why, if you're gonna do a Donald Duck character, I want either a separate head with angry eyes, or you know, yes, Donald is wearing Dudley hair. That is the downside of having Dudley on the live streams, is that now everything is going to be covered in Dudley hair. And just so that you know, my life is covered in Dudley and Wesley hair. It just is. Everything. My computer, my keyboard, my monitor, it's cat hair. It's inescapable. It's everywhere. I breathe it. I eat it. That's just where it is. And those of you who have cats understand. So we have Donald, and he looks very pleasant. He looks happy. He looks very content. Donald Duck never looks happy. He doesn't look Donald Duck never looks happy. Like this figure needs to be, if you're just gonna have him in the yeah, that's what Donald Duck needs to be, and this figure doesn't quack, 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 quack. Oh no! Yes. Okay, that might be the best episode ever when Launchpad is doing his impression of Donald Duck. Oh no! Quack, 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 quack. Oh, there's the Donald we remember. So yeah, once again, this is an excellent figure. It is lovingly designed. It looks so much like the cartoon, but I can't make him do what he does in the show. And Captain Peanut Bee Crunch has to go. Captain Peanut Bee Crunch, thank you for joining us. I hope that you come back. I hope you had a good time. Everybody say goodbye and give a toast to Captain Bee Crunch. And it's a shame that Captain Bee Crunch has to go, because there is one more figure. I think it's time. Do you think it's time? I think it's time. So the Fat Mojo line of figures was canceled before they got to a second wave. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. But, and so there were plenty of figures that we never got out of the show to represent the 2017 Ducktales series. And probably the biggest omission is the one that I sculpted for my wife for her birthday. And here it is, unveiled, finished for the first time. This is Della Duck. And you can see that we have mocked up packaging for her. We used Donald Duck's backing card, because as I told you before, the backing card is the same for all the figures. Although, you know, we should have mocked up one that has a bad computer model of her printed on the back. You know, maybe we'll do that in the future, make a new backing card. But that is Della Duck, and you see this one comes with a box of Oxy-Chew and and her picture of her sons before they hatched. But there it is. There is Della Duck in all of her glory, and we are going to take her out of the package. We have made this so that we can get her out. And so I'm going to show that right here. But I wanted to show it in the package because this is what we wanted. This is what we all wanted so much. I wanted to go to Target and just buy this. And if this were real thing, then I would go to Target right now and I would buy it. And if somebody had this online and they said, look, it's a Della Duck figure, it was a prototype and it's only $50, I would buy it for my wife because that's how much I love her. And so we are gonna do this. So I have this taped together, and I actually put a little flap on there so that I could pull the tape. And so we'll just take that off of there. And I don't have to save the tape. I can retape it later. They make more tape. Don't worry. Dudley, did you want the tape? No, Dudley doesn't want the tape. So here we go. We're gonna open it. So here she is. This is Della.
By the way, I'm a lesbian.
Okay, well, I didn't know that, but sure. I can't say that I'm terribly surprised. It seems like her relationship with Penumbra was interesting. And, oh wait, that's kind of stuck in there. I put some glue on there earlier, and it looks like the glue bonded some of the plastic together. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to take her out. I'm going to lift her out, and I'm going to lift out the Oxy-Chew and the little, there we go. So, oh, and you've got some tape back there. So there we go. All right, so there is the package, and we will set the package aside. There. And so here we go. We've got her picture of her family, which is what kept her going for 10 years alone on the moon. So there it is. Monica made this, and it even has her drawing of what she thought her sons looked like after they hatched. So we've got that. That's pretty awesome, sweetie. That's a very nice detail. So we've got that. Of course, we've got Oxy-Chew, which is very, very important. And oh, do we have a new? Okay, so we are welcoming James Rain. Welcome to the live stream, James. Everybody toast James. We are just unveiling my custom kit bash of the Donald Duck Ducktales figure that I turned into Della Duck. And I should pull out Donald so that we can compare them side by side. Don't worry, Dutters. There you go. Dutters is gonna leave. I moved around too much. He doesn't like it when I move around too much. So let's so we've got the Oxy-Chew here, and that's important. It comes in the best flavor, black licorice. And oh, and we've got another person that's just coming in, Dusty Cat. Welcome to the live stream. A toast to Dusty Cat. Is that Dusty? Dusty, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I miss you. And Monica misses you too. So, but of course, you guys didn't come here to see Oxy-Chew and a picture of the family. You came here to see the Della Duck figure. And so here she is in all of her glory. That is the figure. That represents about 30 hours of work. Making the hair, which is made out of Sculpey, the hair and the scarf and the pant legs of the shorts are all made out of Sculpey. The robot foot is actually made out of Donald's original foot that's been heavily modified to look like the robot foot. And just to show it, she can take off her robot leg. That's important. That is very important. And I think that we could probably get her to hold it. There we go. So she can absolutely hold her robot leg.
By the way, I'm a lesbian.
And thank you, Della. Thank you for sharing that. We all wanted to know. Now, we also made it. I say we. It was kind of me. But I also made it so that this leg pivots, which means that this leg can come out. I didn't put like a locking joint in there. It's just friction fit. But I wanted to be able to pivot it. And, you know, Donald's feet don't actually pivot. But since I was already detaching it to make it a little longer, then I had that option. So she can remove both legs. Not that she really wants to, but you can do it. And so here you can see she was made out of Donald. So she's got the same beak, the same eyes, the same body, but we filed down the tail and smoothed it out to give her Della Duck kind of pointy butt. And then we painted her bomber jacket. I was a little frustrated when I was looking for model paints because I'm used to working with Testors enamel paints. That's what I grew up on, and it's what I'm used to. And now you just can't get enamel model paints anywhere. And so I had to get acrylic paints. And my experience with acrylic paints, understand that historically my experience with acrylic paints has not been all that great. They tend to have a very dull finish. I never had a lot of luck getting them to stick to plastic. They dry too fast. I went to a hobby shop, and I was talking to the people there, expressing my frustration. They recommended a model paint called Tamiya. And I think it was Tamiya paints. And so I tried those, and I got 4 different paints. I got some blue, some black, some white, and some brown. And the blue, the black, and the brown were all actually surprisingly good. You can see that with Della, she's got her bomber jacket, which is a dark brown, and her shorts, which are a light brown. And those were done with the brown paint, and then for the jacket I mixed in a little bit of black, and with the shorts I mixed in a little bit of white. The texture of the paints was really nice, and it actually seems to be sticking very nicely, and it has a nice finish. The scarf is also the white and the blue, but I did notice that the white was kind of watery, and I'm not sure if that's because I just got a bad batch, or maybe it doesn't have any pigment. But whatever the case is, I wasn't as happy with the white paint, but once I mixed it with the other colors, it was fine. The hair is actually painted with a kind of a cream-colored automotive paint. And automotive paints are typically lacquer-based. And then I painted over top of that with enamel paints to get the green headband. So that is how we did that. So Dusty Cat says, pronounced Tamiya. Tamiya. Okay, Tamiya. All right. Well, and he used it on his Honda Africa twin model. Oh, okay. So you've used those, and were you happy with them? Because I have to say that I was happy with these, even though I was reluctant. Because I don't like change. I'm old, and I'm crotchety, and I don't like to have to do things differently. So Tamiya paints then. But I did have a lot of success with these paints. I really like the finish on the jacket, and I do have videos all about this. And actually, I've been doing update videos on this process in between, also doing live streams where I just sit there and work, and you guys would log in and make comments and ask questions and stuff like that. And when I wasn't just kind of focusing on what I was doing, I would try and reply. There is a last update video which shows the process of finishing this picture. And that video will go live at midnight tonight. So pretty much an hour after we finish this live stream, there is going to be Della Duck Part 5. And if you are interested in seeing the edited down version of what I did to finish this figure, then you can see that in that video. So let's see. The Machiavellic says, Clay, I had a question. Since I'm a bit behind on DuckTales, who understands Donald? Seems like most of the family does, but it's difficult at times and others rarely do. They address this. It was in the season 1 episode. I forget which episode, but they actually comment on how they don't really understand him. They get about every third word, and the rest is context clues. And what's funny about it is it's absolutely true. So, oh, the Machiavellic was trying to get me to drink with rarely do woo. Oh! Oh my gosh! I fell for that, didn't I? Oh, well done, sir. Well played. This one's to Machiavellic for getting me. And this one's because he got me. Yep. Put his quote back up. I want to see. Because I missed it entirely. Let's see. Oh, you're doing the Control Z thing. Oh. So, where is it? But others rarely do. Rarely do. Woo. Okay. Yeah. I'll accept that. Lee do is pretty close to woohoo. I will accept that. So, it is funny though. Yeah, the show is so profoundly self-aware. And that's one of the many things that makes it just excellent. So yeah, this is Della Duck. This is Monica's birthday present, and I have maintained the articulation. Not there's a lot of articulation, but she moves at the shoulders and at the legs, and she has a pivot in her leg, and you can of course take the other leg and you put it in, and now she can stand. And so that is Della Duck in all of her glory. It was not bad. I will say that that it was several very, very late nights to sculpt this figure. You know, there were several times, but as I've mentioned, I would say that it's probably about 30 hours of work, maybe longer, to get that. And the nice thing is, if you want a figure like this, whoops, there goes her real foot. That's, you know, hold on to that. You want to stay attached to that. If you wanted something like this, then the nice thing is since it's all documented, nothing I did is actually that difficult. It just requires a lot of patience. You know, there's a lot of just taking your time and working at it slowly to get everything to look the way that it's supposed to. So Dusty says, I must confess, I've only seen 3 episodes of Ducktales. Oh, Dusty, you're missing out. The current show is amazing, and since I guess the silver lining of it ending is that you'll be able to binge watch it, and you'll want to because it's addictive. Osaka Jack says you should be proud of that, Della. You know, thank you, Osaka Jack. You know, I am proud of this. I am proud of this. This was a challenge. This is something that I really wanted to do for Monica at Christmas time, and I just didn't have time because I was building her an Aliens assault rifle. But you know, now that we finished that project, I was able to then work on this project, and you know, it's. Her DuckTales collection is near and dear to her heart. And it was just missing that Della, it had a Della-shaped hole in it. And by the way, Cassie Vivian has joined us. Welcome, Cassie Vivian. Thank you for joining the live stream. I hope that you have fun tonight. A toast to Cassie Vivian. Also, a toast to Dusty and to Osaka Jack. So thank you both. So, and I'm just gonna hand these over to you because I know that you need those, and you know what's great is you don't get to see this, but just handing them to Monica, she's like, she's very happy to get her Della Duck action figure. So that is Della Duck, and that's. Ooh, I'm scooting stuff. I'm scooting stuff around. So I wanted to show some of the other toys that we had for the 2017 Ducktales series, because it wasn't just those figures. There's actually a lot of stuff, and again, it's like this stuff is good. Like, so this is the Sun Chaser. This is the plane that crashes all the time with Launchpad as pilot. And what's great is it opens up and you can actually take a launch pad. And let's see, I had a launch pad over here. I put launch pad in the thing right here. So this launch pad fits in there, right? Yeah, is that the right scale? That's the one from. Okay, so this is the same scale. Now, of course, realistically, in scale, there should be like two seats in the front, and you should have windows there. But still, it's the plane. They have the plane, and you can put Launchpad inside it. And Osaka Jack says, I didn't have time to finish the gift for my wife because I was finishing the gift for my wife. That's how it worked. So here's the thing with the Aliens assault rifle. Monica found a place online that where you could buy rapid prototyped parts that if you glued them together and painted them, you could make a facsimile of the Aliens assault rifle. It wouldn't have any moving parts. It wouldn't do anything, but it would be in scale and it would look good. And depending on how much work you put into that, then you could make it look really, really nice. Now, of course, I couldn't leave it. I couldn't leave it at that. I mean, you have to be able to pull the trigger. And if you're going to pull the trigger, you have to be able to have the ammo counter. And if you're going to have an ammo counter, then you also have to have a thing in there that shakes the gun back and forth. And if you're going to have that, you have to have an LED that flashes. And if you're going to have to, and you obviously have to have a grenade launcher. So you have to have something that... there we go. And so you have to have something that that you can put your grenade in there, and then and launch the grenade. And so whoops, here, you have to make sure that it's engaged. And so that's. And then this part was just rapid prototype stuff, and that's rapid prototype plastic is usually pretty weak, so that had to be reinforced with aluminum. And of course you have these plates, and they were molded into the plastic, but really they need to be metal. And if you're gonna have a gun like this, you also have to have a clip. And so if you're gonna have the clip, then why not put the batteries in the clip so that the counter resets whenever you put in the battery pack? And that's what I had to do. And so that was the process. Yes, that's Project Drift. And so. And see, it counts down, and now it's out of. So there's also a switch that selects between semi and full automatic. And there's also a spring-loaded safety button. So, Yes, there was Project Drift, but and Monica, just so that you understand, Monica made it painfully clear to me that she would be perfectly happy with just me gluing together these parts and painting them, and she would have an M41A assault rifle that she could hold. But I feel like she's been married to me for a long time. She knows me. She had to know that she couldn't hand me a box full of rapid prototyped gun parts and expect me to just glue them together and paint them and call it a day. I mean, honestly, you knew. You did know. She's nodding. She knew. So yeah, that was Monica's Christmas present. That was a big project. And I had something together by Christmas, but I didn't actually finish that. And even now, it's not really finished. This is what I want to do. I want to finish this up. Right now, I just have the battery kind of crammed in there with the jack, but I want to make it so that the battery goes in here a lot nicer. There's the rumbler. There seems to be some friction in there that's limiting it, because I know that before I put everything together, it was far more aggressive and it worked faster. So probably just some things that kind of shifted as they went together. Maybe some places where I need to file a little bit more clearance on the internal parts. So it's still not completely done, but it functions, and it's kind of cool. So Savage Shark is here. A toast to Savage Shark. Welcome, Savage Shark. Good to see you. So, getting back to the Sun Chaser, we have the Sun Chaser, and you can take Launchpad and you can put him in here, and he fits. And his hands. So here, this is cool. His hands go right where the controls are. And that's pretty awesome. That's the kind of interactivity that a lot of the toys really haven't had with their accessories. Oh, I think that I just popped the landing gear out. Oh, here we go. So, yeah. So there we go. Launchpad goes inside. It also has a cargo bay. So, you can put stuff in there, and you can put your weed in there, man. And there we go. We have another screwdriver, I think. And it looks like the cartoon. This looks great. It really does. It has spinning propellers, and it is a loving tribute to the cartoon version of the Sun Chaser. It looks great. I kind of wish if of course, now you've seen how guilty I am of Project Creep. Okay? Now you know, just in case, where my brain goes. I think that the Sun Chaser would really be cool if it had just like a little button on it or something where you press the button and then the wings fall off and it falls apart. Because, I mean, the distinctive characteristic of this plane is that Launchpad crashes it all the time. And so I would love to have like a crash feature, because that's what it does. And it looks like Daisy Azorus? Daisy Azorus. Am I pronouncing that correct, Daisy? Daisy Azorus is here. So welcome, Daisy. I hope that you enjoy the live stream. So, yeah, let me put this on the other camera, because I know that you're... Well, actually, this camera is actually getting a pretty clear view of it. So you can see here that it it really does. Just it looks like it came out of the cartoon. The proportions are just artfully beautiful. And this is something that, once again, I've said this before, I really wish that there were credits on the packages for toys, because I want to know the names of the designers. I think it would be cool, just like when you watch a TV show or a movie, or you get to the end of a video game and you see who worked on it. Somebody worked on this. Somebody put their time and their talent into reinterpreting this thing from a two-dimensional medium and making it 3D, and then making it so that it could fit this bulbous, burly figure in a seated position, and making it so that the wings would be able to come off for shipping and getting it down into a smaller package to save production cost, so that it would be a more viable product and they could still make a profit on it. There's somebody who designed the wheels and the landing gear in such a way that each part could be injection molded with a simple 2-part molding process, so that they didn't waste valuable resources on complex 3-part or greater molds, even 2-part molds with inserts, which detract time from the runtime and end up costing money. So there's all of this detail that goes in to designing something like this for manufacture. And then when you have all of that stuff that comes out of it to create this thing, you know, and that's something special, and those people deserve credit. And I would love to give them credit. This is cool. And I remember when Monica found this in the store, I was as excited as she was. It's a really, really neat toy. It's fun, and yeah, you can even let's just put some other guys in there. Here, we'll cram more triplets, more little ducks in there. Look, you can get a bunch of ducks in there. Look at all the ducks that you got. Oh, wait, here. Yes. Okay, wait, here. Yeah, this is important. All right, so here we go. We've all wanted this to happen. There it is. Della Duck piloting the Sun Chaser. What did she call it? She had a different name for this. The Storm Slayer, because, Della's kind of awesome. So yeah, we can put Della Duck in here. And she can absolutely pilot the Storm Chaser. Now, I feel like they don't change the names of planes. So at some point, somebody changed the name of the plane. Was it Launchpad? Was it Scrooge? Scrooge wouldn't change the name from a name that Della had given it. There's a story there. There is a story. I want to know the story. So, yeah, we can. And of course, if Della were piloting, then it wouldn't crash, because Della is a competent pilot. So yeah, that is, and here, I will give you Della back. There we go. Cloud Slayer. That is pretty awesome. And completely reflects Della's personality. So, and you know what? I'm going to criticize the guy that did that Della action figure, because he did not improve her expression either. He did not. He left her expression exactly the same as Donald's expression. That guy is a lazy bastard. So that is the Cloud Slayer / Sun Chaser, depending on who's piloting it. And then we also have the Money Bin. Now, the money bin is not made for those figures that we saw. The money bin is scaled for these figure. Wait, which one? Oh, the coin stack, the blind bag figures. So, and that's not these, because these were part of a collection, right? So, we have these figures that all came in a collected set, not dissimilar from this collected set. And all this stuff came out pretty much at the same time. So it's like all at once you had Ducktales Toys, and then you didn't. That was it. You know, it wasn't like, okay, you know, now you get this set, now you get this set. It was just like, hey, look, Ducktales Toys. No, no more. I hope you got them, because there's not going to be any more. But no, we had the. Let me find them. I had them around here somewhere. They're in. Oh, they're in with the game. Okay, that explains it. So, that's right. Yeah, we talked about this just about 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. So these are the figures that came in the coin stacks, the blind packaging coin stacks. And so we'll get out Louie and Scrooge, because, you know, they're the ones who can really appreciate the money bin. And so here you have the money bin right here, and let me get it into focus. There you go, and there it is. And you have I love this. This is such a neat gimmick. So you have the combination lock. It's not a combination though. You just twist it, and that makes the panels open in the front, and then it becomes a play set for these blind. Here, Louie wants to be down with the gold. We know that Louie wants to be down with the gold. And see, now notice that the little blind money stack characters, they are in expressive poses. That is Louie Duck. All right, that is Louie being Louie. He's got his phone. He's looking sideways. He's got a scheme. That is Louie. And that is something that the other figures kind of lacked, this kind of expressiveness. And then we've also got Scrooge, which is still looking exactly like Scrooge. He has not changed his expression one bit. I kind of wish that we had one in the red and white striped bathing suit, like the 1920s bathing suit, so that he could jump into the bin and then, you know, swim in his gold. But yeah, this is specifically sized for that scale figure, which is kind of an interesting choice. In general, I don't expect to see them make a play set for blind bag stuff. Usually the blind bag stuff is kind of, you collect it for the sake of collecting those, and it's separate from whatever the other stuff is. But I guess since it's a big thing, they didn't want to scale it up to fit the larger figures. But it is kind of an odd choice. It does have a #1 dime, so we can see the dime here. And there it is. There is his #1 dime. And that's pretty awesome. And it just fits right in there. Of course, you don't want to shake this around because the dime can fall. And it, as a whole, the whole bin just looks very much like kind of a cartoon environment. You know, I like the stickers that they've got in here. It's not overdone, but it's effective. I kind of wish that there was stuff like stickers here to create scenes. Like if he's gonna have the #1 dime, then why not have it look like the rest of his office? You know, and you know, you've got this space over here. How come you don't have the GoBots cafeteria the GoBots Command Center playset. Okay, maybe not that, but certainly I wish that there were a little bit more. But nonetheless, you can put these guys on the shelves and you can have them do stuff in here. It's a neat thing. And I'm very, very glad that we got it. Actually, we have 2 of these because Monica found one in the thrift store, secondhand, and it's in great shape. So we actually have 2 of these. So that is a pretty cool thing. One other thing that I want to show off before we kind of run out of time. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. This is a book that was done for the 2017 show. It is essentially a diary of Scrooge McDuck with commentary by Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby. And it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Because as you go through here, so what it has is, it'll have all of this stuff, these notes and things that have presumably been written by Scrooge. And then in the colors of the associated other characters, there's notes added by Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby. And so yeah, like you see Webby and Louie's Pyramid Adventure in haiku, and so here's a couple that we thought were particularly entertaining. So there's notes from Scrooge about Webigail, and it says, "Webigail, not sure where she came from." And then you can see Webby's writing is in purple. It says, "Double yay, he knows my name. Boo, he doesn't know that I've been living with him for almost my entire life." It is very, very fitting. And it's obviously written by people who really get these characters. And then it says, "Very enthusiastic. Unfortunately, she's just as enthusiastic about street corner hot dogs as she is about discovering treasure." And then there's the commentary from Webby that says, "In my defense, treasure is a lot more common in McDuck Manor than street corner hot dogs." Truth. Absolute truth. Although there was the one episode with the cave duck, they had a lot of hot dogs. And you know, that episode really made me want chili dogs. I got chili dogs after I watched that episode because they were everywhere and they looked good. Now I want you know what? We're gonna have to have chili dogs either after this live stream or tomorrow. We're having chili dogs. So yeah, there's several. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but Monica marked some pages. You know, here you can see Webby's conspiracy board, where she put together everything that she knows about Scrooge McDuck, and then there's, wait here, let me find the dingus one. So so here's a section where Scrooge is noting his ancestry, and then there's Dirty Dingus from the 1800s. Fergus's dad, coal miner, couldn't pay taxes. And then you know, next to Dirty Dingus, you have Huey saying ha ha ha, Louie saying ha ha ha, and Webby saying I don't get it. Because of course she wouldn't. You know, there's a bit about in here about and notes for kids. So if you see this, if you look it up on Amazon or you see it at a bookstore and you're a fan of the show, you want it. It is so much fun. I have read a lot of this book. Monica has probably read it like 4 times over, and it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. It's just a masterpiece and a great compendium to the show, and especially since we're not going to be getting any more of the show, and it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting anything more from this universe. And that's really, if there is a tragedy here, and I hate to kind of end things on a downer, but if there is a tragedy about the 2017 DuckTales show, is that they have laid the groundwork for so much expansion. They've laid the groundwork for Darkwing Duck and Rescue Rangers and Tailspin. So that team that is making this brilliant show that that chances are most of us absolutely love, like are really attached to, a show that doesn't need to be over. There's still so many more stories that we could get out of this universe, and we're not going to get them. But it doesn't look like they're going to be continuing this universe. The new Darkwing show that they're talking about is being done by a completely different group of people. Seth Rogen is producing it. I like Seth Rogen, and so, we'll see what happens, but it's not going to be the same. And it doesn't look like it's going to pick up where this show left off. And since it's not being done by the same people, then it's going to have a character and flavor all its own, which isn't always bad, but I don't want it to be over. That's it. And, I half expect Scrooge McDuck to get to the last episode and say, I don't want to go. And then I'll cry. I will cry. I'm going to cry during the last episode anyway. Yeah, that's just it. I'm going to cry during the last episode. And I've rewatched the series, except for third season because it's not on Disney Plus yet. But I don't want it to be. I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go. Curse you, me! Curse you, producers! Curse you, Disney! Why are you always taking away me gold? So. Okay, it took way too long for me to grab it.
Scheming glum gold.
So anyway, so. I think that's it. I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And for those of you who are here for the first time, I hope you had a good time. I hope that you come back next week and the week after that. And I hope that you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing stuff. Because we don't just do these live streams. We also do what we call short circuits, which are, the name is Retrobot. You see, robots have circuitry, and they're shorter videos, so they're short. Anyway, we do those several times a week. We've been doing a lot of them lately, and we're trying to keep up the pace. We don't commit to necessarily doing 3 or 4 a week, but lately we've been doing 3 or 4 a week. So we do those throughout the week, and then pretty much every Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we do these format live streams where we pick a topic. And it could be DuckTales, it could be Dinobots, it could be GoBots, it could be Star Wars, or it could be, with the very large properties, it's very often sometimes something that's, just a little chunk of that. Next week was suggested by Ty Guy, and it is going to be bad Transformers. And there have been some bad ones. We're going to talk about the worst of the worst. And I'm not going to say who is going to be in that live stream. But, if I had to pick one completely at random, put your visor up. Just saying, Gen 1 wheelie.
By the way, I'm a lesbian.
I want to know what rhymes with that.
I was talking as a thespian, expressing that I am a lesbian.
I don't know. So yeah, we pick topics and we pull out toys and we have the chat running. We toast people. We drink adult beverages. We make astute observations and respond to very clever commentary from the chat. So we are a small channel. So if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the notification bell to see all that stuff that we were talking about just a few minutes ago. And if you liked this, please give it a thumbs up and tell people. If you're on forums or in other groups and other communities and you know that they like toys and stuff like that, tell them to check out the channel and spread the word, because we are trying to grow, and I would love to get to the point where I actually have a voice in what kind of ads they put on these videos, because right now I don't have any voice, nor do I get paid for it. So so that's one of the things. Also, if you are watching this after the fact and you would like to comment, we of course post comments, and what we want to know, if you're interested, we want to know who is your favorite DuckTales character and why. And also, what universe is your preference? 1987 or 2017? I know that there's a bit of a debate. I have a friend, he was raised on DuckTales. He couldn't get into the new show. I thought that was crazy. I thought that was nuts. But he just couldn't do it. So I know that there's opinions. I want to know your opinions. Oh yes, I want to get into your brains and hear your opinions and your thoughts while you're sleeping. No, I really don't. I told you I'm an introvert. I don't care. Diaclone. All right, so wrapping it up. I want to toast, thank everybody for being here, and here is a toast to everyone. So, thank you. A toast to Dawn, better known as Brick Woad. The Machiavellic, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure to see you here. Jonas Boda, which, are you going to be offended if I refer to you sometimes as Boda Fett? I hope that's okay. Either way, a toast to Jonas Boda. And Jonah Seaman. Thank you, Jonah. I am always glad to see you. Setsune! Hey, Setsune! Always good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. And Starhound. You know what? It's Star Fox. Every time I hear Starhound, I think about Star Fox and I want to blast alien ships. So, a toast to Starhound. Of course, Connie and Nathan and Cadence and Lyric. A toast to all of you. Elizabeth Smolinski. I hope you had a good time and I hope that we see you again. Kyoji, you are like a pillar of our community. I'm so glad to have you here on our team. Thank you for joining us. Ty Guy, we have known you since long before this channel existed. Thank you for joining us and for being here and just adding a touch of empirical class. Empire class. Imperial. I've had a lot of this. Imperial class. And Ash Fangirl Lisa. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a really good time, and I really hope that we see you again. Joy. Joy to the live stream. You are here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming all this time. I really do appreciate it. Of course, Canadian Ranger. Wouldn't be a live stream without Canadian Ranger. Thank you so much for being here. Christopher Remley. A toast to Christopher Remley, the man, the myth, the Christopher Remley. Of course, Hope. I love you, Hope. I can't wait to see you. I've missed you. Hope, that's Monica's sister, by the way. Sometimes referred to as Sister Kitties. And Osaka Jack. A toast to Osaka Jack. Long-time community member. Long-loved community member. Tracy. Oh gosh, Tracy, I'm so glad every time I see you come in. And, you know, I'm just glad that you're not sick of seeing my face. And Pirate Steven. I feel like I should have a bottle of rum. Are we arranging this? You know, I don't have to worry about being able to carry on, so I guess we'll do this. There we go. So, Pirate Steven! Oh, that was a lot. Tim Kangaroo! Thank you for being here, Tim Kangaroo. You are another one that I'm always glad to see you join. Jessica Cheery. Another new face, new name. Okay, I haven't actually seen your face, but I'm still glad that you're here, and I hope that you had a great time, and I hope we see you again. Gustavo Alonso. One of the great in the tradition of fantastic names. Welcome, and please come back. Captain Peanut B. Crunch. Oh gosh, that's such a good name. Thank you for joining us, Captain. I hope that we see you again. Amanda McHale. Amanda, I am always so glad that you're here. Thank you for continuing to join us for these weekly... Oh gosh. These weekly whatever the things that these are. I've been drinking a lot of this. Colleeny! Thank you. I miss you. I love you. Come see us sometime, Colleen. Josh. Oh, Josh. I miss you. We get to see you tomorrow, and it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna do all sorts of annoying things just to get a reaction out of you, and I'll be satisfied if I can get you to sort of look sideways. Zitters! I got the name right. It's Zitters. Please come back, because sooner or later I'll get your name right, like, repeatedly. It'll be awesome. By the power of grayscale. I know I say that, but it really fits. I say it all the time, but you know, I mean, your name is Grayscale. How can I not? Of course, Nature View. Oh, Nature View, we have missed you. So I was glad that we got to talk earlier. I'm glad that we're going to be talking again. Perry Viking. Oh gosh, I'm getting low. So Perry Viking, James Rain, Dusty Cat, Cassie Vivian, Savage Shark, and Daisy Azaros. I am toasting all of you in one last gulp of delicious adult beverageness. So thank you all for joining us. I have been so glad to have you all here tonight, and I hope that you come back. I would love to see all of you. Of course, the biggest toast. Wait a minute here. Okay, this one isn't alcoholic, but the biggest toast is for the birthday girl, the woman who gives my life meaning, and I don't just say that because I would be a sad sack without her. She makes my life better. She makes this live stream better. She makes this live stream exist. Without Monica, none of this would be possible. a toast to you, sweetheart. Happy birthday. I hope that you've had fun. And Retrobot, I know that you're still not feeling 100%, but a toast to you, Retrobot. We will get you back on your wheels. A toast to Retrobot. You too, buddy. And so, that's it. Everybody have a wonderful night, have a wonderful weekend, and hey, in 56 minutes, we are posting part 5 of the Della Duck update, so if you want to see how she was finished, there it is. Enjoy. Also, keep your eyes open. We've got more stuff coming throughout the week, and we will see you next week for Bad Transformers. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Good night. And we did it. And that's kind of awesome. And I guess I should hit the stop button. Where's the stop button? I don't know where the stop button is. If I didn't hit the stop button, would it just keep streaming? I don't know. It's a question, isn't it? Oh, it's 11:05. Do you think anybody would actually just keep listening to this if I just kept talking? I mean, they would hit stop, right? You're gonna hit stop. You've already hit stop, right? You're not just gonna keep watching this to see if I keep talking. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I know I wouldn't. Well, actually, maybe I would. It's hard to say. You know, it's an existential thing. Is it worth listening to somebody just babble on relentlessly just to see if they say something worthwhile, only to find out that they didn't?